yeah, stuff's on fire, and yeah.
Everything's gone to shit and something's on fire.
Four riders are on fire. The other five are being engulfed by a cloud. One of them got hit by lightning. There's a box still rammed in the side of the ship. There's a large crack in the first deck and possible second deck because of a cannon. There's currently 6 individuals that have been yeeted into the water. Other than that, the bow of the ship seems to have taken the most damage.
And with that lovely recap, welcome back everybody to Diet D&D. And yes, it has already gone to hell.
What is it now?
Googly mooglies, it's all gone to shit!
Yeah, that sums it up.
We're just waiting on one more player, and we'll get started shortly. Wow.
Great googly moogly, it's shit all to gone.
Only you people can make me laugh like a goddamn freaking character out of the Goofy movie.
Yuck.
I really want to drop a joke that Zora taught me, but at the same time I don't want to scar people for life.
Just let me know if I need to up the rating.
Well, what's the rating at right now? I have a strong inkling that some language will be thrown today.
TV 14L.
Just give a strong language disclaimer, and I think we'll be okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's what the L is.
It's not for love?
Oh, please, like any of us love each other.
Oh.
I'm just gonna PM D-Res the thing that immediately came to mind as the goofy joke that I was told.
Please.
I just want to see the face of my son.
Oh yes. I know that.
It royally scarred for life a friend of mine.
That must be a very, very good joke, depending on who you are.
It's not bad.
I probably shouldn't say it live, so I'm just gonna PM it to people.
Smart
Not
idea.
until I up the
Smart
rating.
idea.
No. Next time.
Yeah, that is why I sent it to D-Res first. There you go, General. I sent it to you. Wait.
Why is it that Goofy's a dog? With also a dog.
Oh my god, that's, yeah, you need a, yeah, no one wants to say that live. Oh man, that's, wow, that's...
Well, that's because one of them is significantly dumber than the other. You pick.
Dealer's choice.
No matter who you pick, you won't be wrong.
Yep.
Alright. Computer's booted up. Gonna see if hotspot works, and we're good to go.
Lovely.
Alright, we're gonna literally start off this morning like 3 rounds out of initiative because of chaos. Starting off this morning with a bang.
Didn't we already have lots of bangs earlier? Explosion here,
you
explosion
had bangs.
there, crash.
Sismumba! Sound an exploding sheep makes.
All the cannons just apparently just, yeah, blowing up or being shot into the sides of the ship. Yeah. Yeah.
A sheep, a drum, and a snake fall off a cliff, but tis.
I was literally about to make the 2 snare drums and a cymbal, so good on you.
Eh.
A review of. Oh my god, wait. No, I can't say that on live. It was just a funny thing that I found while we're waiting on our sweetheart.
Pardon me. That is the correct game.
Was the DM not in the game already?
No, player is booting into game.
Ah, player booted to wrong game.
You could see my name. Of course you'd see him in the right game.
Well, that's why I had to ask. I got confused.
A Dark Souls casual?
Filthy casual!
You are talking to a Dark Souls casual.
I actually think this game's pretty challenging. Oh, I'll see you.
Oh, I love that.
I'm already trying to plan what in the world's going to happen if you guys happen to pass by the Desert of Fire again. What kind of land of the lost bullshit am I going to have to throw at you guys? What do you literally get when you give someone a wand of wonder and they use it every 5 minutes?
Everything. But eventually we won't have to worry, because one of the options that I believe is in the Wand of Wonder is that the user is now dead.
But what if the user is already undead?
They're re-dead.
Dead squared. They are mages, so...
The deadest of all the dead.
Us?
True.
Creates a gourmet meal with silverware table, etc. for 1d4 people. How nice.
I've actually read a list of stuff in the Wand of Wonder, and
Oh yeah, I'm looking through it right now. It's pretty great.
some of them are absolute gems. Like the patented cheese wall.
The target feigns death. It's like, oh no! Oh! Two fingers form and poke targets in the eyes. Summons the fairy dragon.
Fairy dragon what?
Summons a fairy dragon. Excuse me.
You are excused.
I got so shook. Somebody posted a weird video on YouTube, and I'm so sorry, General. I swear to God, this one dude in it almost looked like you, and I almost got super flipped out.
Okay.
Like, he had your same exact hair, and I got, like, super shook, and then he had to brush it back, and it was a completely different face behind it. I'm like, oh, thank God!
Hello, stranger. Good morning. Welcome, we're live.
Squishy hugs! Squishy hugs!
All right, are we
Ready.
ready?
Throw you into this, but are we good to go, guys?
Aye.
I'm sorry, I just imagine it like that video with the guy. How old are you? I'm 7 or 6. He picks the kid up and just tosses
Do
him.
you know how to swim?
Yeah.
All right.
Father, we seem to be
Hey,
awfully
guys.
long way.
Let's admit it, though, that's kind of how this entire adventure has gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to rush, but I'm gonna rush. So we have less than 2 hours to make something happen here. So please, do whatever you need to do so I can get started.
We are all set. Everything is ready to roll.
All right. We are literally picking up exactly where we left off. We are not going to start off an initiative because chaos. That is my penalty. Literally, Tully had just jumped on the back of one of these boxes and ripped open the hatch and pulled 6 people out and just flung them haphazardly in the water. 2 platoons of narwhals are equally busy with riders in various states of being on fire and possibly struck by lightning. Although we are not strictly in initiative, we kind of will go in order. I will default to baddies first. They will realize that basically the steel hull was a good idea, guys. I'm going to applaud you guys on that wholeheartedly and the entire time. They realize that they're not really getting anywhere with these stupid little cannon shots. So they will actually start and change their tactics. Those of you up on the top deck will start to hear shouting that kind of echoes through some of these scouting seagulls that are still, a few of them are flying around the battlefield. It sounds like the riders, possibly on the narwhals, conveying to each other. And you start hearing them start shouting, "Aim for the deck! Aim for the deck!" As you see, the 2 big rig narwhals will, the rider on the back will swift sideways and maneuver the cannons to aim at the deck of the ship. All right.
It's the
Who
deck
is
and not in the
line?
good way.
Who's in line for the front? Okay. Straight down the middle. I will need Glossin, Naora, and I will have to technically roll for Lottie. We'll need to roll a dex save for me.
Son of a bitch.
And for the opposite, Stonewall and Artemis will have to roll a dex save as well, with disadvantage. Good news is the cannon on the box would have fired, but Tully took care of the people who were going to fire it.
That was a good thing that they took care of it. Rip that sucker off.
17.
I think he jammed the gears, is what he did. Or no, he just yanked the stupid. He just yanked them all out and threw them in the water.
Yeah, he just ripped it all up and threw the entire boarding party into the water.
Yeet.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Is that the 17's your disadvantage?
I thought I rolled a regular roll.
It's a dex save with disadvantage. You roll 2 and take the lower number.
Sorry, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. This one's not any lower than what I just got. Okay, good. I've got. Oh god, I don't know if this is enough, but it's stressing me out. I got 12.
Yeah, 17.
No. Velocity.
17's the lower one.
Nice. Okay, Glossin, you got what?
12.
Ooh, okay, yep. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh, fuck.
Huh?
One's Stonewall, Artemis. What
Yeah,
your dex
I'm
save
gonna
with
roll my
disadvantage?
second one.
Oh boy, and I'll roll for Lottie. Ah, shit. NPCs can't roll for shit today. It's not good.
Okay, I got 18 for my first one, 15 for my
You're good?
second.
Okay. So, firing off simultaneously. Those who are on the ship have a cannonball tear through the railing on the quarterdeck with the helm. Stonewall, you just manage to see this thing coming and try to maneuver out of the way as bits and pieces of the railing just go splintering off. Artemis doesn't get hit, but it snags the back of his coat and literally tears the back of his coat off, and he's thrown to the deck as the cannonball goes soaring through the other railing on the other side. If he had been one half step backwards, he could have been done.
Yeah, that's...
Okay. Glosson, I need you to roll me an effectivity roll, a standard d20. This could be bad.
Oh no.
As you're preoccupied and something... Oh, shoot. Candela, you're up on the bow. Roll me that as well.
I was wondering why I was safe.
Sneaky little token. Sneaky little token, you.
Oh, that's garbage. Oh, that's even more garbage. How's a 2?
I just rolled a nat 20 perception roll.
What now?
I just rolled a nat 20 perception. Can I see exactly where everything is going? I will send you a photo of this.
No, it's okay.
No, you can see exactly where everything's going. It's going to shit.
You don't see the first cannon shot. You hear it rip through the railings up top. And 290 because of damage. One sec. Hull's at 300, so that's 290. Try to keep track of the numbers. So you hear that cannonball rip through, and you see Artemis fall to the deck, and you immediately are alert. And you manage to look up in enough time to see just past the front, the bow sails, just past the maidenhead, rips through a couple of the sails, a cannonball. Candela with a 2. Please roll me effectiveness. It looks like literally a cannon was shot straight down the bow. Candela's in the line of fire, and if it keeps going further, possibly Glosson and maybe embed itself somewhere in the ship.
So you want me to roll for effectiveness, huh?
Yes.
Oh no. My dice really hate me today.
Uh-oh.
Nat 20.
No, that's good. This is in your favor.
Oh,
Oh, so we want a high number.
Yes.
I thought I was rolling for the effectiveness of the cannonball.
I'm gonna go die in a hole.
I'm gonna get blown out of the water.
Okay.
I don't know.
Glosson? What's your roll?
I rolled an 11. I don't know if that's high enough.
Ooh, it's not. Well, hold on. We'll get to you in just a second.
Oh my
So,
god, I'm gonna
Candela, you see, you hear the cannon shot, and you just immediately think, okay, with the explosions I've had, you hit the deck.
Yes.
You hear that explosion, and you just drop face down, and you hear something go sailing over your head.
PTSD in the right way.
Very good. Let's roll for the freaking... Okay. So, Glosson. Oh, Lord.
Before it hits Glosson, can I use my reaction?
Yes. What would you like to try and do? Because this... Glosson's in direct line of fire, and this is going to hit.
Glosson, don't hate me. Ardwin's gonna step forward, yank Naora out of the way, and then throw Gloss into the deck.
Oh, okay. Just roll me a strength check.
Shoot, I don't have his stuff.
What now?
I said, please make a good roll.
Strength or acrobatics, whatever you'd like to do, because you could roll to see if you have enough strength to pull them out of the way, or enough dex to properly maneuver this.
17 with the +2.
For which?
A strength.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Lovely.
Naora is much lighter than she appears to be.
Well, she's an elf. I would hope so.
She's tall. Okay, where do you want to be? Just where Glossen's token is?
I think that's as far as I can get in a tiny amount of time.
There. So, Glossen, you hear the boom of a cannon, and you see Candela way up at the bow hit the deck, and you just see this black dot come into reality, and you don't have hardly a second to react before you just remember, bam, hitting the deck. Luckily, you didn't faceplant or take any damage from that, but you are forcibly pushed to the deck. You are prone. Candela, you were also prone.
Let me see if I even have the ability to dodge this.
All right. Oh Lord. Okay, Ardwin, I appreciate this, but I'm gonna need you to roll a dex save with 2 disadvantages because, yeah.
Good job. You literally just put yourself in the line of fire.
You literally used like all of your skill to try and substitute yourself. You don't have much skill left to try and re-dodge.
I'm already upset! So, 3 and take the lowest number?
Yes, ma'am.
I rolled a 3!
Okay. So that's a hit.
You now have a very fashionable cannonball embedded in your diaphragm.
Oh no.
I'm sitting here just like, can I do anything? Can I snatch this or yank him down to the
Oh
deck?
no, that's a lot of dice.
Sweet shoot.
Yes.
That's a lot of nat ones in there, though, at least.
That is. 31.
Artificial weight.
Yes.
Can I react also when I see this?
You'll have to roll me a perception, and unless you roll a nat 20, Ardwin's got you beat. Because you weren't aware. Glosson, if you'd like to do the same.
So I did roll a nat 20.
Oh,
Help me today.
really?
We're getting our nat 20s out of the way early, I see.
Very good. You will need, Naora, you will need to roll me a Dex check with disadvantage because Ardwin is pulling you out of the way as his action to try and overcorrect and react.
A dex? I was just gonna say, could I teleport Ardwin away? But
I think he's already been struck at this point.
I was going to say, I appreciate it, but the thing is, you at this point, regardless if your spell isn't instantaneous, you are having to make sure you are aware and being able to react fast enough.
Okay.
This is all, remember, in like a second.
Yeah.
with disadvantage, right?
2 rolls in the lower number. Glosson, roll me a perception, please.
16?
No.
Dang it.
So it's a classic moment of you realize what to do as it's happening.
Am I adding anything to this roll? Can I add a modifier? Or is it a straight?
You are rolling your perception to see if you know what's going on to match Ardwin's perception, because you see something and next thing you know you're on the deck.
So the sad part is that I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Wait,
modify
hold
it.
on. I forgot
Right
to
now.
add a modifier. I forgot I had a modifier.
Even with my modifier, I'm only a 17, so I don't match it.
Okay, so
With my
Glosson,
modifier,
you just hit the deck. Yes, Neora.
with my modifier, that's 16 plus 3, that's a 19.
16 was your lower of the two rolls?
Yeah, I got a 19 the first time.
Very good. However, that will not work as a double reaction.
Okay.
Ardwin got you. Ardwin set some high standards with that nat 20.
Ardwin is high standard.
Oh, the time to roll that. Touch me.
Okay, Ardwin. Cannonball to the face.
Holy!
What?
Excuse?
Cannonball to the face.
I'm guessing I get knocked back a few meters and such, maybe?
I will, for theoretic purposes, I will say you get propelled into the mast.
I don't know which mast we're talking about, so by all means move your... Oh, God!
Anyone can see this and see Ardwin straight up take a cannonball to the face. Embed himself into the mast. Glosson, Neora, and technically Sumzen, those who are around, look on in horror as a cannonball drops from where Ardwin's face was.
It was nice knowing all of you. Goodbye!
Hello from the other side.
First off, Glosson and Neora, what's your immediate reaction?
Glosson screams. He just screams.
That's valid. Yeah, Glosson, would you like to say you're on your stomach or on your back as you were pushed down? I'll give you that.
Fuck, I'm looking better. I guess back.
Okay. So you managed to pull yourself up in reaction, trying to. I shouldn't be down. I need to be up. You should not be down right now, as your body screams at you. And you pick yourself up enough to see your friend, like, wrapped around the mast the wrong way. And a cannonball hit hard on the deck of the ship, and with it, several pieces of what sound like porcelain clink against the deck.
Oh,
I bet there are some confused people.
You look up and Ardwin's face is shattered. There's literally cracks from like hairline to jaw of just empty nothingness beyond. Like the cracks of a porcelain doll.
I can hear the shooketh.
wait, what?
It looks like Ardwin's face is cracked.
Is it like a doll? Yes, I am crying. I'm just saying.
It looks like if Ardwin were wearing some sort of mask, it's slightly broken.
Okay, so weird.
He seems to be still alive.
Wait, fucking what?
Ooh.
You put the red X in them. Don't do this to me. I started crying, you ass face. Don't do this to me.
Wow. Yeah.
Remember that language warning we put up? There it is.
I'm sorry. I gotta watch my language. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've never been. It's not often you get to hear someone get called an ass face.
Honey, I love you, but ouch.
Images of Castiel come to mind. Hey, ass butt.
Suddenly, Ardwin grows angel wings and goes, I do not understand this. Oh, good lord. That'd be rich.
That would be something.
Glosson, are you looking directly at Ardwin at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, because he just lifted his head again.
Cue another scream.
Oh, good lord.
Just this shocked, horrified look on his face, just like, what in God's name am I looking at?
There's gonna be a quick moment where Ardwin kind of looks up, blinks to the best of his ability, question mark? Looks down at the deck, sees the cannonball, looks down, sees the chipped pieces of what looks to be face on the ground. And his hands are gonna fly up and immediately cover this bizarre crack in his face, like, I'm fine, just go do the thing! He's gonna start wildly pointing at the cannons and crud.
So I guess you could say
Still swimming
Ardwin's
around.
trying to save face?
Alrighty. The bad guys will finish their turn and start moving in. Guys, we're not technically in initiative. Just tell me what you want to do.
I want to get up.
Oh.
What now?
I would like to get up. I'm prone.
Please.
Excellent.
Tully is crawling and running up on deck to make sure Ardwin's okay, but at this state, even Tully seems kind of at a loss.
Might I continue to call a lightning bolt on the cannoneer?
Absolutely. Just roll me the damage. The
There we go.
one sec. The 6 individuals begin to quickly start swarming back to the box as fast as they can. Please continue.
You guys keep going while I pull up the damage.
I was gonna ask, can Glosson quickly get up and pick the pieces of Ardwin's face up off the deck?
Absolutely. You get 5 good little chunks. It feels like porcelain.
He's kind of horrified, but oh, face. Okay. There's no blood on these pieces. It's just straight porcelain.
It's just straight. It's an odd sensation as you touch. You can't tell if it's super cold or super hot.
Oh. Well, this explains why Ardwin has such dashing good looks.
He's a doll.
Hey.
Gives a new meaning to the term doll face, huh? Huh?
Exactly.
Y'all can stab me at Necocot.
So far, you're going to be slapped, you're going to be punched, and you're going to have knives in your back. You're really asking for it.
One would think I was a masochist. Never mind.
It's like, that's not supposed to be mentioned out loud.
At the same time, I'm gonna have to bring a Julius Caesar cosplay with how many knives I'm gonna have in my back by the end of that con.
Yep.
Alright, so I've got the damage pulled up. It was already cloudy, so that's a bonus. That is 4d10 worth of damage. He has to make a dexterity saving throw. If he makes his dex save...
He fails because it's the guy with the goddamn lightning rod.
Excellent. So it'll be easier if I just use the digital dice.
Mm-hmm.
Survey says... Not bad. Decidedly
Survey
average.
says there's a plume of smoke where there once was a man.
Good.
Candela, it's your brother.
Ah!
He reels up, he tries to redeem himself, reels up his harpoon, and again, in secondary lightning strike, and a fried crisp just falls into the water even more. The writer next to him just looks on like, holy crap!
When you try too hard, but you don't succeed.
The 4 other writers are just going to try and put themselves out and kind of spend their turn doing so. Deck cannons are running about, manning cannons, looking to the captain, trying to figure out what target to aim for as they're kind of encompassing the ship.
Yeah. Alright,
I'm assuming Glosson is still flipping out about Ardwin.
Just imagine this boy's face is a lot paler than what you remember.
Ardwin is going to try to kind of haul you up and just be like, I'm fine, just take care of, just go, and is wildly pointing at all of the porpoise feet people just surrounding the boat slowly.
Lawson, if you care, you can roll a perception.
Sure. This day isn't gonna get any weirder. Oh, well, that's me then. 10.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no. I'm not making very good rolls today.
What's your passive perception?
My what?
Your passive perception. It's
What does that
right underneath your skills box.
Oh, that's the 15.
Oh yeah, then you don't need to roll.
Wait, what?
Then you don't have to roll. You're point blank. Naora, what's your perception, or you can roll for me?
I rolled a 15.
Okay, I feel like you have better passive perception, but that's fine. Both of you see as Tully runs over and is eagerly trying to attend to Ardwin like he's been battle scarred. He's desperately trying to hide it with a hand in his semi-panicked state. Both of you can see these large fissures in what was Ardwin's face just appear to be like a black void beyond. No face, just darkness beyond. Like Ardwin is hollow.
JonTron noises.
I was about to say, she thinks it can't get any weirder. Nope.
Can we safely say Glosson has handed either Tully or Ardwin back the pieces of his face?
Unless Ardwin corrects me, I feel like Tully's gonna eagerly grab them and try to start putting them back.
Yup.
Oh, God.
Yeah, pretty much.
Could you imagine if they just fell into his face? It's like trying to get a guitar pick out of a guitar, just tilting him everywhere.
Oh
oh no, that would not be a good thing.
Tully is attempting to put the chips back and he just can't. Attempting to put them back. What, Naya?
No, sorry, just making noises back here. I wanted to do something, but I wanted to wait until you guys were done talking.
Can I use... This probably won't work in the way I think it might. Now knowing what I know, can I use mending on Ardwin's face?
Clever.
Hey, so what I
You
was
can
gonna
attempt.
Or like, web? I don't know.
Spider-Man!
Does anybody have any glue?
Oh no! To test the power of Flex Seal, we sawed this man in half!
Oh god!
I think we broke her.
You don't understand. There's been a joke running around my other friend group about Flexio.
Nice.
It's a really inappropriate joke. I can't say
yeah.
it out there.
I know what you're referencing. Okay.
Oh God. My cow.
Okay, Kate, I'm gonna need you to check that. Check that chat for me.
I see it. I've seen it.
Stonewall, I assume you're running down to go check into
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah, immediately after seeing this happen, Stonewall would immediately run down from the quarterdeck and be like, okay, exactly, to look at the scene, and I have a feeling he's mostly very confused at what he sees.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I'm going to stop you at the steps right now.
That's fine.
Lonnie is up in the crow's nest, so I will need Ardwin to roll me a deck save as a fireball lands on the deck just shy of Stonewall.
Well, that's already not a very good roll again.
No.
I rolled an 11 with modifier.
Okay, so everybody on the immediate deck around Ardwin just kind of quickly almost falter backwards as this explosion and plume of fire just lands on the deck and engulfs for a moment. Foosh! Swoosh! Thank you. Oh, nope. Token. There we go.
Oh,
That
my
lands.
sweet lord.
Ardwin's back gets engulfed in flames for a moment.
Ardenwin's gonna trip forward. More chunks of his face are gonna fall out.
Would it be safe to say you're just not having a very good day?
You think?
That is an understatement.
You see Ardwin just completely hurl forward and just like a whole quarter chunk of what was face just lands on the deck and shatters like a china plate.
Tommy gets down and starts picking up pieces again.
Ardwin's back is on fire. Ardwin, I do need you to take this fire damage because you failed a save.
Oh God, how much? I can already tell you that is below, that is higher than the amount of HP he has left.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I can tell you right away because I already know his maximum HP is 41, and those two numbers together, just what you rolled, the 31 and the 23, are just.
That's why I did this randomly. I didn't want to make anyone mad at me for rolling and being considered cheating at
Yep.
rolls.
So.
Ardwin briefly collapses on the deck of the ship.
I just finished crying.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't start crying until it's too late. We can still save him. We can rebuild him. Stronger. Better. Faster.
Work it harder, make it better, do it faster. Anyway.
Oh no.
My smartness didn't decide to look for a healing spell. So,
So Gloss, and I'm assuming you are now right in the dead Ardwin's busted up face, attempting to figure out what the hell to do about this.
I want to put the freaking fire out on you first so it doesn't melt you entirely. But that would probably require an action, like a full-on action, and... Oh! I could do that! Oh, well, that'd make it hard for everybody else. Story of my life.
Well,
I could
Gloss
cast
is...
it in-
Wait, what were you saying?
I could cast either Ray of Frost or Sleet Storm. If I cast Sleet,
Oh, that's gonna get the ship.
Yeah, that's gonna get everybody.
that's what I say.
Yeah. As you're flipping out, Glosson, as you're flipping out and deliberating, you're kind of shocked when you see movement out of the corner of your eye, and Ardwin gets up again.
Alright, I'm going back to bed.
He's
Immediately goes and looks at what the frick his red amulet is.
Ardwin's missing more face. There's even more face just gone. It's just a black void beyond.
There's just a huge chunk, like the size of his hand, is gone on the left side of his face.
I've got no words. I mean, I have a few choice words, but I can't say them on camera.
Not until next session when I decidedly up the rating to MA.
Yeah, you may want to do that, actually. You may want to do that.
No, I definitely need to do that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to do that with what's about to happen. So Ardwin gets up. Huge portion of his face is missing. His cloak is still on fire. He's looking at you, and the way that he looks at you, it's kind of that creepy neck crooking. Excuse me.
And he sneezes.
And more pieces of face fall off.
Damn it, no. That was me sneezing, not Ardwin. But yeah, turns to look at you. You're looking at him horrified, I assume.
Can Glosson just vomit on Dick?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably throw up.
Oh my god.
Just from the sheer horrifying, oh my god, what's wrong with my friend? And then just.
Oh no.
Hold on, I got this. Just.
I'm not gonna be able to breathe all day today. But Ardwin seeing this.
Coco, if you want to put out the fire, I'll heal Ardwin.
A bunch of people are running at Ardwin now, and Ardwin kind of leans forward, and once again, a really janky kind of hand lands on your shoulder, Glosson. You can tell it was meant to be gentle. It wasn't. It kind of came down as a janky whap of, and this really busted up. Are you okay?
You need to stop.
Nightmares, please.
Do you actually turn to Ardwin and tell him that?
No. Instead, he's gonna sit there for a minute, wipe his mouth, then lean up and look at you and point at you dead in the face. I talk later.
Meanwhile, Tully's losing his goddamn mind. You see that Tully has like one hand on his face, going like, "What the hell is happening?" And the other hand still is full of face bits. It looks like even Tully doesn't know what's going on, oddly enough. So Ardwin looks around. He sees the fire behind him. He sees all of the crew are flipping out. He sees Naora trying to prepare a healing spell. He sees you having vomited on deck. And despite all of the janky movement, he suddenly seems to fully relax. He seems to have full range of motion back again. Stands up proper. And just goes, "Well, this isn't exactly working out the way I thought it would now, is it? Well then, I suppose I'm not getting very much use out of this anymore. Fix it later."
Shut up.
You see Ardwin fluidly reach up and place a hand on his broken face. You see a thumb hook into that broken piece, and his fingers hook into what appears to be a seam on the top. And with this almost You can almost see it almost seems to stick to his face a bit. You see him literally pull off his entire face in one big piece. Suddenly his cloak is gone, his armor's gone. He looks very, 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 very different.
Shut up! You need to stop! No! No! You stop this right now! This is not allowed! No! No way! She can perform! This is allowed!
Everyone who cares to look can see this happen. You don't need any kind of roll. He's not making any attempt to hide this anymore. As Ardwin peels off his literal face, there is now a very different man standing there. He looks to be about possibly middle-aged. Dark black hair slicked back except for a single bizarre white stripe going all the way back from crown to nape. Seems to have a little bit of facial hair, a circle beard going around his lip.
It's Doctor Strange.
He's not exactly dressed ornately, but definitely not dressed cheaply. This is a very, very different man than was standing there before. A man who a minimum of 3 of you, I believe, would recognize out of character.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute.
Adds to the list of knives going in me
I
at
was like,
Nekocon.
what is going on? Anyway, continue, please.
This man who has just peeled off what appears to be Ardwin's face and changed, you see, is now holding what appears to be a broken porcelain mask in his hand. It does not have any of Ardwin's features on it. It appears to just be a white, busted porcelain mask. As the man turns towards... Hang on, Glosson. What's going on with Glosson right now is my biggest concern.
I'm sorry, I wanted to make a joke and break the silence by going, hey, how you doing? You gotta do it just fine. I lied, I'm dying inside.
Dark Neptune, unmute so we can hear said internal screeching. For those watching live at home, Nayora is currently going absolutely ballistic in the Discord chat right now. Me in the background sings, I'm gonna get and she has started keyboard mashing. That is gloriousness.
As for Glosson's state, if it wouldn't put him in any danger, I would have him faint, but I can't do that because that would put him in danger.
This moment continues as another fireball overshots and gets swiped across the deck, and that all of a sudden battlefield, ambience kicks back in. Oh, we're still fighting.
As that happens, the new man kind of cringes and looks around like, oh, well, this isn't good at all. This is not the best of situations. Now then, let's take care of this, shall we? And turns to Tully, who Tully looks like Tully's about to have a goddamn seizure. Even Tully doesn't understand. Where is Ardwin?
Oh my god.
Thank you for that.
Tully's broken.
So,
Looks like most ones. Anyway.
This man reaches a hand forward and claps it on Tully's shoulder and just says, "You've been quite useful, good sir. I do commend you. However, your time and assistance is no longer needed, so cheerio." He raises his hand, gives him a little pat on what would be Tully's cheek.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with a mere tap on Tully's forehead, something that almost looks like a burlap bag suddenly appears, engulfs Tully, and Tully just vanishes. I cannot control my token.
I apologize.
It's okay. There's a lot of drama going on.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's going on.
I want to scream so bad, but I can't.
The man turns to Glosson, and Glosson, he kind of pats you on the shoulder a bit and just goes, "Don't worry, we'll have plenty of time to talk later. We'll have plenty of time to talk later. For now, it seems that I have some ruffians to scare off." And this man fearlessly takes several struts forward. Aha, I see it.
The 6 traders have started to clamber up. 2 of them are on the top of the box. One of them's about to start. Looks like they're literally about to haul themselves into the hatch, as the other ones are making themselves up there, trying to awkwardly clamber up and possibly get this thing back up and running.
I see you've all made it back to your craft, he calls over the edge. Would you all like a lift?
2 of them look at you.
Would you all like a lift? And DM Senpai, you remember that little thing we discussed last night?
I got you, fam.
Get it ready.
Which one?
The tree. Heavy
Gotcha.
quotation marks. Everyone kind of just, I'm assuming, just kind of watches this bizarre new person step right up to the edge of the boat.
Yeah.
This man pulls off both gloves, and as he does so, anybody who cares to look, he spreads his arms wide. You can see there appears to be some sort of bizarre mark on the back of his left hand. He does a sort of wide-armed, almost like a summoning ritual. And all of a sudden, the boat starts to rock. There's a loud crunching sound. There's this bizarre roar. And suddenly, oh my god. DM, would you like me to actually roll damage for this? Or can we just say that this kind of crud's gonna go down?
You can roll damage if you'd like. I'll tell you what happens. A player is losing her goddamn mind.
Let's see. They can technically roll dex saves. Well, they can roll dex saves, but it's literally
They're gonna fail it. So
They're in the water. True, they can't really get out of it.
ocean starts boiling and frothing around the ship. On the starboard side, ripping up from the ocean, seem to be these what first look like jagged, craggy tentacles or rocks. These branches start hauling individuals up out of the water, jettisoning them up in the air, snagging them by whatever clothing they have. These dark vines start to twist and entangle on the box as a gigantic dark tree begins to just submerge or just start entwining over.
The water.
There you go. That's it. And literally just start ripping into this steel box effortlessly, piercing the side, plucking individuals as this massive tree rips and tears, hoisting this up into the heavens. The box loudly and very horrendously rips itself from the side of the ship and gets pulled up, hauled up high. Individuals are being tossed and thrown, tumbling down, literally hitting every branch on the way down in just utter states of horror, panic, and confusion. Your ship is perfectly fine. It does not touch your ship with any form of disdain. Branches will collide with the side of the ship and continue around it like oil against water. A moment passes, the gigantic box is crunched, malformed, twisted within this demonic Christmas tree, along with the other individuals who are in various states of possibly deadness stuck in a tree.
I gotta mute myself to keep myself from cackling.
So it's like the tree from 300. Anyway.
Immediately at this, several heads of the opposing attackers just give these onlooked stares and what the hell? Literally one rider literally just falls straight off of his narwhal. You hear the familiar voice of the rudder echo through the several seagulls that are flying about in a squawked panic. And his voice just echoes, "Well, this is quite an understatement. I have no words." Get them to fall back. Bring them back. Bring their asses back here now. He actually sounds a little bit intimidating. You hear utter clamoring behind this transmission as you see these two platoons of narwhals literally just break off and they panic flee in fear. They eagerly break off at breakneck speed and head back to the north until they are out of sight as fast as they possibly can.
Can I just ask, can I fire one final salvo at him, or order a salvo fired at him? See if I can put
Absolutely.
it in. Awesome.
Absolutely. You let one rip and it snags the big rig, topples that. You see a couple of other narwhals get briefly pulled underwater, and you see whatever is left of this just like start towing themselves off in bad shape as they disappear in a panic. The seagulls follow suit. Fires are being put out upon the deck. People are trying to understand what's happening in a half attempt of panic as they're trying to still do what they are kind of taught to do. You see a fourth paw come flying back, immediately circles the deck a few times as if looking for Ardwin and finds no such thing. It will land at... not the tree. It will land...
Can I roll perception to see if I recognize it from use detect thoughts on Arduin?
If you recognize what?
If she recognized the stranger's voice from when she did the detect thoughts and heard the two voices arguing?
Oh, absolutely. Do you need to roll perception? If it's the same voice, you would understand that, absolutely.
Okay, then never mind. I just thought I'd ask.
Oh yeah, no, this is... it's a match.
Okay. Let me gather my thoughts first because I want to do something. Okay, hold on.
I'm just gonna tenderly hold out my hand for you all to slap.
Kate, I'm gonna strangle you at knuckle.
All right, the next prop that we have to work on is a coffin, because apparently we're going to need one.
I should show up as the Undertaker and just host my own funeral.
Oh boy.
For those who are watching the stream and are confused as to why I'm already extraordinarily dead after this entire charade, I also act as a DM for part of this troop on Thursdays, and the last campaign I DM'd for them, they literally all died.
Rocks fell. Everybody died.
Yep, everyone died.
So yeah, there was already a lot of ill will towards me.
And then other stuff was pulled that was just like, okay, my mind and my the feels.
I killed them, sent them to the land of the dead, and they got to meet a bunch of people that were dead that they knew in their life. So, I already have a line of people that want to kill me at the next convention. However, in the current time, as all of this is going on, this gentleman kind of looks at his handiwork with the giant tree, nods in satisfaction, and then turns around and spreads his arms and is like, good show, everyone.
I just imagine Glosson breaking the silence and vomiting again.
Oh no, he's not vomiting.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring out some of my feelings through Glosson.
Oh, please.
Can I cast Stone Skin on myself to save myself from the royal beating I'm about to get? I don't know. Edgar doesn't actually know Stone Skin.
I told you that before. 12 to 4 is when I'm going to meditate.
Deep inhale.
Please feel free to have fun. Interact with your tokens. Do as you please.
So this quote-unquote new person, as you turn around and you look about, I don't think first of all, I don't want to speak for anybody, but I don't think anybody looks freaking amused at this point.
The NPCs are thoroughly confused, and the deckhands are as well. And just kind of
Right.
looking on, half expecting answers and half not expecting answers.
You get a very slow walking individual creeping up to this individual till he's toe to toe, looks him dead in the eye.
Slap him.
Hold on.
Slap
He
him.
peels off his eye patch. You need to get out of my head.
You!
Thinking about that, but I know who this individual is, and I know that might piss them off. So I'm sitting
Well,
here.
you
Don't
can't
metagame. Don't metagame. Don't metagame. No, please, if you do slap him, I have a line prepared.
You can't metagame. That's the hardest part.
Right.
Glosson has no idea who this is.
Okay, so he peels off his eye patch and he looks up at you, and his eyes, he's cascading tears down his face. He's shaking. He looks angry. He reaches up a hand and
Slap.
a really good smack.
The man reels back for a moment as if you just, regularly slapped him. And then he kind of comes around, looks at you. There's not even a red mark on his face. This man turns to Captain Stonewall and immediately declares, "This one! I like him!"
What the? Hold on. Oh.
I wanted to say it more like Loki from the Dark World, but at the same time, this guy's more flamboyant. He's more energetic.
Is that Is that possible?
No. Will's obviously come down from the quarterdeck. He's looking at this whole scene with confusion as to what exactly is happening, but, is beyond his comprehension at this point. After just fighting that battle, almost having
You get a shout from the crow's nest as you look up, and Lottie has her long-ranged smoke powder rifle aimed on this man. Captain, is that one of ours?
So he says, yes, it's one of ours. Don't fire.
Everyone's like, I don't fucking know anymore.
Lottie's up in the crow's nest. She had a hard time hearing.
Yeah, so when we convey one of ours, the dangers, the dangers past, keep a watch should they return.
You'll see the signal of the salute.
This man is just standing there kind of grinning. He seems very proud of all the chaos he just caused.
A lone fourth paw sits upon the railing and looks around kind of like, I'm missing something.
Question.
Please.
Is this a tear in the ship or like a hole?
Yes, that's where the cannon shot through the first deck into the secondary deck.
Alrighty, can I do something about that?
Oh, absolutely, if you'd like to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, obviously Glosson, he opens his mouth to speak, but he does that whole thing where he bites his lip and closes his fist. He's still shaking, he's still crying. He walks away furiously and goes to tend to this hole in the ship. Oh shoot, sorry Candela.
That's fine.
Right as you walk away, you'll just kind of hear this figure mutter under his breath, "Oh dear."
Oh dear, my fat ass! Anyway.
Language warning! Language warning!
Sorry, I'm sorry. I swear, I promise, I'll be better about it from here on out. Promise.
No, you need something to vent this, please.
And I'm not there to personally stab, so yeah.
Yeah, after this.
I want to approach the new person.
One sec. Glosson, you get up with some of the other of the deck hands, and you instantly start using whatever spell you'd like and start fixing this large tear in the ship easily.
Yep.
Can I ask really quick off the top of the DM's head about how many HP points are we missing on the boat in its entirety?
Oh, on the ship itself, Quadrant 1 at the bow is at 410 out of 600. Quadrant 2, where you currently are, is 585. Quadrant 3 is 290, and the aft is perfectly fine, the stern. The hull itself, in Quadrant 1, is 247 out of 300. Quadrant 2 is fine. 3 and 4 are at 294 out of 300, so still pretty decent shape.
Okay. Decent, but still kind of.
Whittled.
Having another one of those fights would, yeah,
The ship isn't new anymore.
it's been broken.
It's pretty decently used, but it's not well used.
We've gone past the scratch and dent policy.
Yes. Plenty of scorch marks on the deck, yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep that in mind for something possibly later.
Candela, please.
I want to approach this individual. So, you're the one behind Ardwin.
This man sorry.
Half-elf with smoking hair approaches you and asks you this query.
The man turns and, after a moment of thought, briefly nods and goes, "I suppose I am."
Just a quick question. Was he sentient, or was it all you?
He kind of raises a finger to his lips. "That's a question better left for later. For now, it seems we have a few little messes to clean up." And he looks up at the massive tree with a box and several dead bodies in it.
Quite. I pull out the Wand of Wonder.
Okay, sorry.
I want that noise as a ringtone.
Let's see what I can do.
By the way, what?
I had said...
Neptune, you cut out.
Oh.
Yes.
You're cutting out something fierce, hon.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to fix my computer. The internet cut off.
Oh, okay. So meanwhile, D-Rez...
I have pulled out Bartleby's wand.
In some of the top 10 moves of crud I did not see coming.
As per the DM's request, I am going to attempt to use this more.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. We'll see. So, my first roll,
What are you aiming at? What's your intention?
I'm aiming at the giant conglomerate of wood.
Oh. Okay, my first thought was you didn't trust this individual and started to hold this
That's what I thought too.
Oh, well, sure, let's do that instead.
Excuse
Don't
me.
get into that sort of fight. Don't get into that sort of fight. I'm not the
Hold up, I'm not here to... I'm not here to advocate. Hold up.
DRS, what are you actually doing?
I don't know.
Oh my god. So you're just gonna...
Just to use it.
At
Okay.
the same time, that randomness is so fun.
It is.
Oh, it is. It is.
If you want to use it, I'll need a target.
I would like to target the conglomerate of wood.
Okay, roll me 2 percentile dice.
First one is 44.
44.
42.
42. Are you using the Wand of Wonder or Bartleby?
Bartleby, remember the Wand of Wonder's gone.
Ooh, this is the one you've gotten before. Okay. And again.
59.
Okay.
7.
7. Ooh, the same 2 you rolled at the wedding, ironically enough. The
Oh?
same 2.
Oh!
Yes. You use Bartleby's wand, and this little magic crazy straw gives you 2 options. And the first one is time stop. Everything is stopped but the caster for 1d4 turns. You're not in initiative, so that'll be 1d4 minutes. Or the caster gains a wish and must be used or lost before their next action.
A wish?
A wish.
Excuse me?
Hmm. Hmm. I have options that would really screw up everyone's plot.
Oh? Would you like to tell me what you're thinking?
Well, let me know if I can. I don't want to waste the wish. I don't want it to be like the wedding. I wish for and then dud.
Mm-hmm.
Could I wish for the real Vivian Amber Bros to be here?
This could work!
Wow.
Okay, hold up.
Today is a day of minds blown!
Everyone, shut! I got it. I got this. This is a turn I was not expecting, but this works wonderfully. I can grant that wish if you so choose.
Please. It was either that or bring Aridwin back. The actual Aridwin.
That's what I thought you were gonna aim for.
But then I had that other idea.
Know if there was an actual Arduin.
True.
Well, I guess that's true.
I'll just research more spells. But this should flip the tables.
Pleased.
So, I just have this moment of
You
realization.
make your selection.
Yep. I select the wish. I said, guys, the Wand of Wonder just gave me a blessing. Hold on to your hats.
Everyone looks around, no one wearing a hat.
The new gentleman reaches up and seemingly out of thin air pulls a nice cavalier cap that he shoves on his head.
Yeah. I mean, Stoma would have his army cap on. So.
I wish that the real Vivian Amber Bros returns to us here.
Okay, for kicks and giggles, do you point this in any direction or anywhere particular?
Just on the ship.
Okay.
I don't want to dunk her in the ocean.
That's the surprise. She couldn't swim the whole time.
She's a witch.
So you just point dead fast in literally the center of the deck here. The wand swirls with its familiar magic, and literally a small little lightning bolt of magic strikes that section of the ship. And much like opening a teleportation circle on the ship, beam of light opens up. Pillar of divine light shines from the heavens, and in an instant, about 5 feet up, some individual or woman appears in some state of half panic, solid on the deck of the ship as the light fades. You hear a solid bitch as she hits hard. Candela, you instantly recognize this as Brooks from Isaiah's lackeys, the one you captured. She immediately gets up, sprung up like a cat on all fours, and immediately looks around, taking her surroundings, and she seems panicked for a second.
This is a development no one was expecting, but at the same time makes everything better for my character.
Vivian, is that you?
She slowly, still wide-eyed, slowly stands up. She's taking all of you in, taking inventory, or she's running.
Hello? Oh, well, technical difficulties. Hold on. Hello? Oh, noes. Well, I do apologize for this, everybody, but it looks like I'm gonna have to cut the stream short. Everything just crashed. So, thank you very much for stopping by. And until next time, this has been D-Rez and everybody else of Diet D&D with Renegame Studios. I'm gonna have to let them all know. Thank you all, and have a wonderful weekend.